Greetings and salutations, welcome to episode 33 of the Bolton Save, and it's a summer transfer special spectacular! It's not spectacular because I haven't actually done anything special for it, but I'll show you the transfers, that's always quite interesting. We have sold somebody for a shit ton of money. I think that's the technical term, a shit ton. There's our friendly results, lovely. Let's look at the transfers then. It's been an interesting window. You can have a look at the ins, you can have a look at the outs, but let's go through them. So first off was Dodo. We sold him to Newcastle. I told you at the end of last episode I was going to sell him. He kept wanting to leave. He was being a little bitch. I did like him and he was good for us, but £10 million, decent amount of money. Very happy with that. Next up we sold Jovski. For 600,000 was it, I think, and he was a decent player. We bought him in as just a cover option basically for a season or two. We picked him up for 210. He was with us for a couple of seasons and did his job and then got moved on. He had a really bad injury, he was out for about 8 months, which was real killer to any sort of chance he had at first team football. Up next is Dean Moxey, the Bolton legend, 4 seasons with us. He was pretty decent, and eventually he was basically just a tutor for the young Ali Sadine. But he was a decent player, did all right for us, but his time had gone. He's 32 years old now, so he's gone off to Luton in League One. Bit of a step down from the Premiership last season. Next up, we got rid of David Wheater. Him again, he was okay for us. He's had some number of good seasons with us, but he got a really bad injury, out for nearly the entire season. 31 years old, that is like a... it's a killer, really. Yes. What? Am I lying? Hang on, so he went... Okay. Well, we sold him anyway, in the January transfer window, wasn't it? Oh, who the fuck knows? I've totally lost what that happened. Next up, Josh Vella. He was our captain for a number of years. He's a Bolton lad. He just wasn't quite good enough, really. We had better options at midfield. We had better options at right back, to be honest. And we picked up 1.5 million. I want him to go and play games. He was okay leaving, get to game time. Paddy McNair, on the other hand, was a little bitch when he left. He started saying all sorts of shit. We bought him. He was free. We picked him up. He played a few games. He was a backup. He did the exact job that we bought him in for, which was just to cover a couple of positions. Once we'd improved the squad, we moved him on for £1.2 million to Wolves. They loaned him in for at the end of last season and then bought him for 1.2. So tidy little profit, paid for his wages. Next on the out list, it was Moussa Dembele. Now, as you saw last season, we had Henrique and Moussa Dembele was our rivalry for the number 9 spot, and Henrique won it just about. Neither of them were absolutely amazing, but because Lugo, another young striker that we've got, was on loan, he was coming back and he's going to be probably first choice with Henrique. So it was basically a battle to see who keeps their job. So we sold him, managed to sell him for £6 million to Bournemouth, which I'm really happy with because I come from Bournemouth. Made a tidy profit on him, so he's back in the Championship. I think he'll do really well in the Championship, so very happy for him. Next up, Tommy Smith, another centre-back option that decided it's one of the areas we really strengthened this season, the whole defensive line. So he was a decent all-round centre-back, but I knew he wasn't going to get enough game time, and I thought I'd get somebody in that was maybe a bit younger that could do the job. Darren Pratley was sitting in our reserves for a year because he wouldn't leave, but then free transfer. Bunch of youngsters went out. And then we loaned some players to Crew because we're trying to get Crew promoted. That's our secondary mission. And I was kind of done. We sold Iron Man. His heading hadn't improved. We were working on it all season and his heading just didn't improve. And 12 heading for a centre-back is not really good enough. So we sold him on to Watford. He'll do it. He's a very good player, so I think he'll do fine there. Made a small profit on him, but I'm happy enough with him. And we were kind of done. And then fucking Dortmund come in, didn't they? Dortmund decided to bid 35 million or something. So eventually the transfer itself says 39 million, but eventually it's going to rise to 46.5 million. And I'm like, I can't turn that down. I can't turn it down. I know he's a very good player and stuff, but I just couldn't. Realistically, if you look at the story of Bolton, they're not going to turn down 46 million, are they, for any of their players from Borussia Dortmund? So we made a massive profit. That was a bargain. Look, snipped him up for 10 million on transfer list from Bayern Munich, and then he went to a little season in the Premiership and then back to Germany. So very happy with that. He's a very good player. Not like exceptional, not like world beating. My scouts rated him as 4-star current potential, also current ability, and 4-star potential. So they didn't think he was going to improve a massive amount more. So I'll take 46 million for him. Thank you very much. Let me know what you guys think. And then obviously we loaned a few out. So the first job was to get a decent left back in, and West Ham got relegated, so we picked up Aaron Cresswell. I wanted to go a bit more British as well. I didn't want to just pick up these little world talents from everywhere and have this all foreign team. I wanted to get some British players in, so you'll see that the theme of our transfers. So very good all-round left back, good, really good going forward, decent, 28 years old, in the peak of his career, 1 England cap. Last season was at West Ham, playing all the games. Not the greatest rating, but he was in a dreadful West Ham team that got relegated. So, okay, so next up was to strengthen our centre-back option. We got Kostas Manolas from Man United. He was transfer listed. 27-year-old Greek defender, 51 caps, bags full of experience. That was another option I wanted to do, is maybe get 1 or 2 older players in, because my team is so young. That I wanted to get a bit more experience in, and his physicals are just ridiculous. So I think he's going to be a very good player for us. I think he's going to be sort of the main man at the back for the next few years at least. So they bought him for 20 million from Roma, and he just didn't get enough game time. And even though he did all right when he did play, so I picked him up at a bargain price of 7.25. Very happy with that. Next up, we've got Ismail Azoui from Wolfsburg. So this is our Kennedy replacement. 20-year-olds, Belgium. Everybody loves a Belgium. Possible 4.5-star potential. Very good player. Right-footed wonder kid. Curls ball, cuts inside from the left wing. So he's going to be on that left-hand side with Asensio on the right-hand side because he's left-footed. I think he's a very good replacement for Kennedy. If we actually compare the two, so you'll see Kennedy's here. The areas that really sort of stick out a bit. Aerially, Kennedy's better, which is not a massive deal playing as an inside forward. And mentally, he's a little bit stronger. And there's a couple of other areas. But Azoui's got 2 years on him as well. So I think, comparably, they're pretty close. The rest of their stats are pretty close. So very happy with that. Made a nice, tidy profit. Next up, we've got Axel Twanzibi. And obviously, with a weird, wonderful name like that, of course he's English. Yeah, might need a nickname for him. Twanzibi. I might just call him Zeb. Zeb. How about Zeb? The axle, the car. No, we'll think of something. Another centre-back option. Possible 4.5-star potential. Very happy for him. Picked him up for £8 million. So he's been on loan a couple of times. He had a fantastic season at Celtic last year. Not played for Man United, because apparently they don't play youth players anymore, well, apart from Rashford in real life. But just a really good, all-round, solid centre-back. Very happy with that. Another really good option, and another British player. And then we've got Callan Gribbin, also from Man United. I've kind of funded Man United this year. I'm a bit disgusted. I feel dirty, I've got to admit, for funding Man United's transfer activities this season. But 7.5 million for this kiddie. 19 years old, another English player. Possible 5-star potential. His technicals are outstanding. Absolutely brilliant. There's a couple of little slight weaknesses, but nothing really important. In fact, none of them really sort of can't tackle, but he's going to play as an inside forward. I think his physicals are going up, and he's only 19. He's capped under 20 level. Very, very happy with that pickup. I'm surprised that I priced him away so cheaply. Again, another Man United player that's never played for Man United. And then finally, Patrick Roberts, who's been on the sort of my radar sort of all game really, and obviously he moves to Man City, and he's a decent young player. And this is kind of, we got him in on as a loan move because they wanted too much money to buy him, and it's basically we're going to give him some game time this season and just see if possibly down the line he's worth buying. So we've sold £69 million, and we bought in. We've purchased £37 million worth of players. So we actually have £36 million to spend. And to be honest, there's maybe a little bit of depth in the squad, but there's nothing drastically that needs fixing. So what I'm going to do, sort of quite unusually, is actually keep the money and just play the first half of the season, and then January transfer window, we can have a really good January transfer windows and see who's is and isn't working out. So I think that sort of seems like a plan. There was a couple of annoyances. Mario Götze, right, I tried to sign. He's transfer listed. He's valued at 15 million. He's transfer listed for £5 million. But he wanted £200,000 a week. And another option I was looking at was going for this young English striker from Arsenal, 17 years old, picking him up for about 13 million, which is obviously very expensive, but he looks like he's going to have a big future ahead of him. But he didn't want to come because he's a little bitch bag. And then there's a couple of others. He didn't want to come in on loan. Also, the other one. If we look here, look who's transfer listed. Are they not transfer listed anymore? Maybe he's just. Oh, no. I think he was just loan listed. Martin Odegaard is transfer listed. I don't know what's coming up, as £29 million. And I was like, oh, that's so tempting. That's just so tempting. I can afford it. I can buy him. I could probably pay his wages because he's only on 41, so I can offer up to about 100 now. So, and I'm so tempted. But he's a left-footed, so we're going to be playing him on the right there. So he's going to be challenging with Asensio, who's fucking immense. I just didn't need him. I think if he was maybe more of a central midfielder, I'd pick him up. It's just too much money, I think, and it's a bit boring of signing. Everybody knows about Odegaard. I tried to pick up some sort of bit more unusual signings. Mamano's on loan from Liverpool. I tried to pick him up, but they wanted quite a lot of money for loan fees, so I might actually keep an eye on him though, because I would like to purchase him. He's not improving as much. Like he's known as an FM wonder kid, but he's not improving as much because he's just not getting game time at Liverpool. Look at it. It's quite painful to see, really. In fact, I might see how much they actually want for him and just buy him. 5 mil skis? 42 mil. Okay, brill. That's my negotiating skills done. A little insight into my skills there. So, there is the team. For today's game, we are playing Doki. We got Rajkovic in goal, Callum Patterson at the right. We've got Manolas and Dwanzibi at our centre-backs. Brand new centre-back partnership. Aaron Cresswell, left-backs. We've got 3 new players in defence, so it might be a tricky first few games. Ayer's been injured, but Sergi Samper can jump straight into that. And what we've got, our options, is if we get another injury or we want to drop one of these players, Asensio is perfectly happy to play central midfield, and then we've got all these other options to go on the inside forward positions. So then we're going to go Sergi Samper, Adama Traore and Hyndman as our midfield trio. Then Asensio and Azui as our inside forwards, and Lugo up front. Lugo is progressing beautifully. 18 years old. He's going to become a monster, I think. He went on loan to Crewe for a few months, did all right there. I think he's going to be a beastie. And then obviously Henrique is improving, not quite as much. He's dropping quite far behind. We've still got Tom Ince at the club just as a sort of backup option, and Paddy Thornhill's just a youngster to fill out the squad, basically. I'll make him available for the under 21s for full 90. As for our young talent, we've got a bunch of players that look quite good. They're all loaned out. So Al-Said's off getting his work permit, and a really good young central midfielder. I'm hoping he can get his work permit in the next couple of years. Fabi and Fuller are both decent. Czech Tiote I couldn't sell, even on a free. Nobody wanted him, so I did manage to loan him out for a bit of his wages. And then we got Lafrance and Voisin, both are at Crewe. So even if this hurts their progression, I'm trying to get Crewe promoted. So I'll take a hit. A couple of good young players that don't quite make it because they spent 5 years at Crew. That's okay. I'll live with that. Come on, Crew. This season is the one. So the board this season are actually expecting mid-table, which is quite a jump from survive relegation. So we finished mid-table last season, and they expect that again. So that's going to be a little bit tricky. I'm a little bit worried, to be honest. Right, Sampo is not a box-to-box. Hyman's probably decent. Traore. Yeah, I prefer Traore there. Hyman could be his advanced playmaker. Right. Let's make sure that he's on the inside forward role. Just training that up. Are we ready to go? Captain this year will be Christopher Ayer is now our captain because Josh Vella left. Work rate's 15, teamwork 17, leadership 16. Very good captain material. Even at 20, he's going to be the captain for the next 10 years, hopefully. There's certain players like the Kennedys that I have no real attachment to. Like, we got a really good offer, so yeah, okay, I'll sell him. But there's certain players like Christopher Ayer, I think I want to keep him in the club. There's certain players I want to keep and build the team around. Okay, so they're going for a draw. Oh, also, just a warning, hide your girlfriends and wives because I've just hired John Terry as an under-18s coach. And Xabi Alonso as an under-18s coach. If that doesn't attract the best young talent, I don't know what will. Yeah, we'll be fine. I don't care. I don't even know who that is. Brilliant. Right, Lugo up front. Leading the line. I can't remember what role I gave him, but I did mean to give him the false 9? No, I want to give him false 9. Start with false 9. We're going to go controlling. Home game, Stoke, it's doable. So let me know what you think of the transfers. I think it makes sense to, unless something sort of special comes up in the next couple of weeks, I think it makes sense to go, okay, we'll go with what we've got now and see what happens, really. And then sort of look in January to see where we can strengthen and where, you know, what positions aren't playing well, and or even if we decide to change tactics. That's a great save. That gives us the options to do a lot of stuff. Okay, scrappy start. It's going to take a little bit of bedding in. It's not quite the rebuilding of the squad that we did last year, where we signed, I think, 12 players in all, maybe last year. But we have signed 5 sort of first teamers. Ball across. Traore. Lovely ball to the left hand side. Cresswell, the new signing, plays it inside to Lugo, plays it to Azuri. It's going to fall across. Who's going to hit it? It's Asensio! Probably the best player in the squad. I know another one of my subscribers, I forgot your name, sorry, is that he's got Asensio and he's like, yeah, he's a demon. Get him taking long shots. He scores a bucketful. So Kieran Trippier, the ex-Burnley boy, and Tottenham boy, with the sort of dodgy sliding tackle, and we go 1-0 up. We'll take it. Thank you very much. Al-Shaqiri's just done him for fun here. He's making a run. And selfishly shoots. In real life, he looks a bit fat. Is it just me, or does Shaqiri look a little bit overweight for a footballer? I know he's a little short arse, so he looks a bit more rotund, but I think he's a little bit overweight. Oh, a nice cup of tea. Okay, that's fine. First half football, I'm very happy with that. Carry on, boys. I am going to record a batch of these episodes now because, as you know, I'm going away for the weekend, a long weekend with the missus. So I won't be here to record, but I'm making some videos to upload. So if you sort of say, oh, fucking sell that shit player you just bought, and I just don't in the next few episodes, that's because I've already recorded it, you see. So I'll probably record about 2 or 3 episodes today, 2 or 3 episodes tomorrow, and then you'll have a bunch for the weekend because I love you and I want you to have stuff to look at while I'm away. In reality, it's just like, don't leave me. Just don't leave me. Right, Cresswell with the throw to Azui. Inside to Lugo. Oh, that's not much there. Azui. No penalty? No? Alright. Can we get there? Sampa's going to get there, though. Can we build from the back? No, we've all turned invisible. Right, Patterson with a long bomb. It's a Rory Delap special. Patterson back in. Sampa, little flicks on. Oh, Butland's there. Quality goal. I was scouting Jack Butland as well, but it cost far too much money. And Rajkovic isn't far off Butland. I think they're pretty level. Shaqiri is just little fatties, just running the show. Ball across, cleared away nicely. If we can keep a... No, I'm not going to say that. I have to say it now. If we keep a clean sheet... I've just... Kiss of death, by the way. Kiss of death. If we keep a clean sheet, that'd be fantastic in our first game with the new back three. It's a pretty even game. Going to make a couple of substitutes, I think. Oh, nice. Rajkovic, look at that. See, if Mignolet could do that in real life, that'd be lovely. Just be the boss. Just come out and get it. Well, let's watch this highlight, see what happens first. Butland with the goal kick, plays it short to Shah. Off to the right-hand side, Kieran Trippier plays it down the line to Shaqiri. Back inside to Xavi, tries to play one over the top. Diouf's there. Oh, it's a poor ball from Diouf. He totally misread what that midfielder was doing. Ball over the top, 50-yard pass, that's dreadful. And Ryan Shawcross. That's a good interception from Hyman, but he gets knocked down. But he gets back up again. You're never going to knock me down. I get knocked out. No. Rodrigo with the ball in, headed on. Keeper, why are you making the save there? That really annoys me. That's like edge of a 6-yard box and he's making the save. Come on, clear it away. Good. Go on, Cresswell. Decent ball. Azui's got a shit ton to do. Tries to find Traore. Is he going to get there? He does. That's a good saving tackle there. Right, let's make the subs. Right, so we're going to bring on Henrique. And Gribben's left-footed, isn't he? So he really wants to play on the right, but I don't really want to play him on the right. Actually, we'll go Bosch. That makes sense, doesn't it? No, it doesn't, does it? Yes, it does. Go mad. With this formation, I'm finding it hard to get the striker involved. Even though he's a lone striker, he just doesn't seem to see much of the ball. Go on. So I'll be interested to know what you guys think as a role for my striker. Any sort of input would be very useful. Just to get him a bit more involved, really. He doesn't have to so much, score all the goals, but just to get him playing football a bit. They don't seem to get many touches. I've tried sort of complete forward, and we tried the false 9. Oh, that's just a poor ball. Maybe like a target man? I don't know. I really don't know. Patterson's having a dream game. Cresswell is having a dream debut. 8.7 average here. Centre-backs both playing 7. That's perfectly fine by me. Rajkovic playing a 9.1. Right, we're just going to make a time-wasting sub if there's any time left whatsoever. Good ball by Cresswell. Gribben. Headed away. Cresswell's going to have another go though. Got 20 seconds left. Just keep it up that end. That is perfectly fine by me. Sampa. Asensio. Traore. Lovely ball in. Henrique. Okay. Sliding tackle. Interesting option there. There it is, boys. 1-0. First game of the season. Very happy with that clean sheet. Home game. Lovely jubbly. More of that, please. Sadine, the youngster. Could be just nick one here at the end. Oh, unlucky. Azui. Well, I'm very happy with that. Good debuts for the new players. Loving it. Good solid win. Who was man of the match? Rajkovic was man of the match. Right, Everton on top of the league. Enjoy that, Everton. It's not going to last long. I've got to show you one thing before we finish the episode that really annoyed me. I was looking at a young British... I was thinking maybe a young British central midfielder, maybe to replace Hyman or Sergi Samper, just because I wanted some more British players in the team. So I was like, okay, well, let's look at the England teams. And I looked at the under the 21s and stuff and all that, and I thought, I was looking through the senior team. I thought, oh, Jack Wilshere. I thought he might be an option. I thought, okay, I'll try and buy him off Arsenal. And I was like, he's not at Arsenal. Okay, he's at Leicester. Oh, that's annoying. Maybe I can... Because estimated cost, look, this is what I saw first, 3.7 million. I'm like, oh, he's transfer listed at Arsenal for 3.7 million. I'm going to buy him. And then, no. Leicester picked him up last season for 3.5 million. I was so annoyed that I didn't even see that transfer happen. Could have bought him back to Bolton. Oh, I was so gutted. It's like, that's a bargain and a half. Right. Yeah, Rajkovic has really, really improved. Look at that, is turning into a quality goalkeeper. 22 years old as well. Absolutely beastly player. Oh, and we have a new assistant. Look at the coaching, boys. Look at the coaching. Where's me, man? Thiago Oliveira is now my assistant manager. 33 years old. I like to get him young so we can keep improving him and stuff like that. Do you want to try and send him on a course? Can we not send him on a course? I thought we could. But just a very good... He knows his players, which is one of the main things I wanted from him. And man management is good as well. So very happy with that. Don't really need motivation because I do the team talk, so that's not too much of a problem. Right, there we go, guys. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Let me know what you think of the transfers, and also let me know what I should play, how the role up front I should play. That's what's bugging me the most. So Lugo can play complete forward, advanced forward. You can pick anything from this list, basically, but these are his ideal positions. He's pretty versatile. Let's say he can play anywhere as a striker. Henrique... Again, he's pretty versatile as well. Who's he wanted by? You can fuck off Empoli. £100 million asking price. There you go. Right. Thank you very much, guys. If you're new to the series, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel and all that sort of stuff. You know the fucking drill, don't you? I will see you in the next episode. Love you all. Bye-bye.